Hi, this is Denise with Paper Crafty, and it is day 2 of the 5 Days of Easter 2022, a collaboration between Dear Julie and Cara Brandon Creations. And today I'm going to be using day 2 of Cara's kit and day 2 of Julie's kit to make something. So let's get started. Okay, so here is one of the things that I made with the printables for day 2 of this project. And I will admit, this day 2 was a little bit challenging. Cara had some very, very bright images on her sheet, and Julie had some pretty dark images on her sheet. So trying to combine them, I found pretty tough. But you know, that's why they call it a challenge. So they definitely made today challenging for us. What I did is I took the pink file folder from Cara's kit, and I actually toned it down with some tinted gesso. And I like to use the golden gesso because it's really super smooth. And I use some of this heavy body acrylic paint. I use the transparent burnt umber and the yellow light Hansa in just the golden, like I said, the golden gesso, this gesso. And it really makes a really nice kind of paper color tint, like slightly yellow, but it's like kind of an aged paper look. And I really like to use that on my projects. So yeah, so I toned this down with some gesso that's been tinted, and I keep my tinted gesso in just a little container like this. I'm gonna keep that so it stays down. And I've had this one for quite a while. I just kind of keep it in my stash with my mixed media stuff, and I use a palette knife to apply it. And then I'm just going to take a page out of my glue book here, just for demonstration purposes. Let's see, try to find one that's not all gluey. So let's say I want to use this page in my my journal. I'll just take some of this with the palette knife. Oops. And I'll just apply it to the page. And then I take one of these credit card blanks. Actually, I think this particular one is from a hotel. Might be a hotel card. I'm not really sure, honestly. And I can add a little bit more. And I just apply it on here, and this goes really smoothly. I've got something on there. A piece of fabric or something. There we go. And you can keep adding it if you want. I like to see a little bit of text through there, but not so much text that it's distracting to write on. So I really like the way this comes out. And I'd normally let it dry a little bit more between applications, but see, you can kind of see. So that's, instead of being stark white, it's got this same kind of tone as a book page. And most book pages are kind of this yellowish beige tone. And if you have another book page that's darker, you can add a little bit more brown. It's really easy to tint this stuff up and just keep small quantities like this. And I just keep this stuff with my multimedia. Okay, so that's how I kind of toned down the color on this one a little bit. And then I just added a little bit of lace, crocheted lace trim, and then Julie's, I fussy cut Julie's little trim piece right here with the butterfly. Added a little bit of this Jelly Roll Clear Star Sakura paint pen. If you can see, maybe, let's see. You see right in the centers of the, you see right in the centers of the flowers, you can kind of see where I added a little bit of sparkle there. There you go. That's, it shows it better right there. And then I added a little bit of some bling right here. And then in the center of those, I added a little bit of this white, whew, this is all worn up, but I get these at Daiso. This is a little white correcting fluid pen. Let's see, is this gonna, there we go. So this is everything's worn off on this, but it's a pen that does white correction fluid. So I put it right in the middle of that. I can show you on this blue one that I have here. I just kind of go down on there and it gets some white correction fluid. And it just kind of adds a nice little touch. So you can see that it's kind of white. It gives a little bit more of a detail in there. And the ones that I used were gold, and then I added a little bit of green metallic, let's see, it's like a Sharpie, but this was a Rose Art metallic green pen. So that just adds a little bit more color, a little bit more interest. I added the little blessing word in there, did some sewing around the edges. And then I made this into a little journaling booklet. So I just added some paper in here to make this into a little journaling booklet. And I really like this paper. This is, it has really nice, when you tear it, kind of has this really nice kind of rough edge that's a little bit distressed looking. And I just like the way that looks popping out. And this paper is rice paper that I get at Daiso. So it's $1.50, you get 60 sheets. So it's super economical. I also use this paper. I sometimes glue it. We'll glue it over book page. Oof. So I'll sometimes glue this, for example, I can get another piece of paper. I'll sometimes glue it over book page, and that does a very similar thing as the gesso, the tinted gesso. I like it. It comes in white and it comes in this off-white color. So yeah, so it has this really smooth side and then it has a rough side. And you know, it's not super rough, but it has a little bit more texture to it. So you can decide which one you like better facing up. But you know, it gives you options, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I really love that rice paper. It's super economical and I use it for a lot of different things. So anyway, so that was one of the things that I made. Another thing that I made is, again, I took Cara's little file folder. This one's the blue one. And I went ahead and I, so I'm going to use that because it's hard to hold. This is so teeny. So I cut that out, and then I cut out Julie's, actually I printed on Julie's printables on vellum. And you can see that this is that kind of, I guess it's from a scrapbook, and then she has little flowers on top of it. So I used that on top of Cara's file folder. I also did a little bit of collaging on the back of this with some various types of paper, some music paper and whatnot. And then I added inside of there, you can see in here, there's some, there's inside of there is some like glitter. So I made this into a little like shaker type thing. And it just toned down the bright blue. And then I added a little Tim Holtz die cut here in gold paper. This is Recollections from Michael's. And this is also a Tim Holtz die cut, a bunny. And I put a little cottontail on there. And then just used a little bit of trim. This is seam binding that I dyed and then stamped on. I kind of just made this little banner ribbon there. Punched a little hole, put in a gold eyelet, and made this little charm that goes in here. So it's just this little charm using some sequins and some seed beads. You know, you can see the little sequins inside of here. You can see the little sequins inside of here, kind of as a shaker card. Okay, and then this I made into a paper clip. So it's a side tuck paper clip. And it has two paper clips on the inside, so this can go into a journal just like that and hold something in place. Okay, so that's another little thing that I made for this. And then the last thing that I made was again using one of Cara's little file folders, and this one is the pink one again. I did a couple different variations of things, and I came up with some stuff that I just didn't work out. I didn't like very much. So I kind of, you know, I'll put them in my stash. They're a little bit of failures, so I wasn't super excited about it. So I reprinted the thing out and made this one, and I used the pink one again. The purple one just didn't work out for me. And I just took this and I again used some of that gesso to kind of tone down the pink in this. I used a little bit of molding paste and a stencil to do this kind of sunrise effect here. Stencil, this is a Tim Holtz stencil. And I used some Distress embossing powder. This is in mustard seed, I believe. I don't know if they even make that any longer. Add a little bit of washi here along the bottom, and added this cute little Tim Holtz paper doll and some of the little butterfly wings, the transparent butterfly wings that he has. Again, sewed along the edges. This one, I didn't do anything onto the interior because what I anticipate I'll do with this is I'll take and I'll put it, you know, over the edge of a page like this, and glue it here and glue it here and use it as a side pocket tuck on both sides. You know, I'll then glue it here and glue it here and use it as one there. Or I could use it as a, you know, a journaling spot with a flip out type thing here. So I haven't decided exactly how I'll use it, so I didn't finish the interior. But my anticipation is I'll use it as a little side tuck pocket. Okay, so those are my makes for day 2. I really hope you enjoyed this and these projects that I came up with. Please check out all the other makers. Their YouTube and Instagram channels, if they have Instagram, will be in the description box below. And again, use the hashtag 5DaysEaster 2022 to look for more ideas and inspiration on how to use these printables. And if you do decide to make anything for this collaboration, make sure to use this hashtag so we can find your projects easily, and everybody can play along and we can all support each other, because that's what makes all these collaborations a lot of fun, is just the community and the support that we give each other. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please subscribe to my channel. Again, this is Denise with Paper Crafty, and craft on.